Hi everyone. The next question here is handling salary question. Trust me, this is a $1 million question. You should not answer this question. This is my honest opinion to you. Don't answer this question. Well, I'm not saying you should keep quiet. Hear me out. First, never ever bring this question up by you. So if they ask you to put up any question, don't ever ask a salary question. This is a big mistake everybody makes when they are asked by a hiring manager, if you have any question for us, the first thing they ask the hiring manager is, how much will be my salary? But this is a seriously wrong thing to do. Never ask them about salary. This creates a negative impression of yours. Secondly, try to avoid this question as much as possible. But if the hiring manager insists, then handle it very carefully and professionally. Don't give any figure in the answer. This is this is my honest opinion to you, and just write it on the wall. Don't ever give them a figure, because if you will give a figure and it turns out to be very less than their pay scale, that means you sold yourself very cheap, and chances are they will give you the very least amount on their set of described salary slot. So you did not get what you were about to get otherwise. But if you give them a figure which is way too high than their salary bracket for the job, chances are they will reject you on the ground of very expensive employee. So you're risking it too much. Either you will not get the job, or you might get the job at a very low salary. So you sold yourself cheap. It is very unlikely that you will hit the right figure. That's why don't speak out. You don't say a word. It's You handle it very carefully. See, and another important thing to keep in mind. If your hiring manager will ask you about your salary in the previous company or in the company you're currently working, always be truthful, because they will find it out. Don't try to give them a wrong figure. Don't try to give them an excess amount on the top of the salary, mixing it up as allowance and all that, etc., etc., thinking that from that salary they will increase it more, and so as a result you will get a lot better benefit and a lot better salary package than your previous one. This is really a bad thing to do, and it can fire back, because when they decide to hire you, they will call your previous employer, or they will write an email, or they will write a letter. They have so many ways of verifying it. They will go back to your current or previous employer and ask him about your salary package along with other abilities and qualities. They will ask a lot about yourself. That's why it is very important for you to be truthful about everything in your resume, especially when it comes to salary questions. So don't fudge the figure. Don't give them a wrong figure. Be truthful about what you are getting right now. The best answer for this question can be, see this example here, based on all the skills and responsibilities necessary for the job and the importance of this position to the bank, I know that the right person for this position will be properly compensated. See, now here this is a beautiful answer for this question, because in this you have not given them a figure. So if they will, when they will give you a figure, you will have a good chances of negotiating it. In this answer, you did not give them a figure, so you did not give them a starting point. So you wait. This is a smart thing to do. You wait till they give you a figure. So when they give you a figure, you will have a chance of negotiating it. If they give you a good figure, still negotiate it little better to get a little more extra cherry on the top. And if they give you not so good figure, you still have a chance of negotiating it and bringing it up to the mark which is acceptable to you or which you are desired to have. Fine. That's why in your answer, never mention the figure, never mention the amount. This kind of answer is the best to give. Your hiring manager will like it. And correctly, that is the case. See, this is the correct thing. They have already a set package for this position which they will offer you. Every position in a bank, it already has a fixed salary bracket. Only in some rare cases where they are getting someone with a lot of portfolio and already an existing career, it happens at the middle or the top management, that we will discuss in another slide how to handle and tackle that also. But at this beginner level, if you are here for a teller interview or an assistant teller or a senior teller interview, you stick to this answer which I am giving you here. So you you rest assured the salary packages which banks offer, they are already up to the mark. They are already as the market standard. So there is a bracket. It has little room to go up and it has little room to go down. So that is where your negotiation skills will come into play. Try not to discuss the salary in terms of numbers in this interview. There will be more clear discussions on this in the final interview with you. So the salary thing will be discussed in the later final interviews. That's why you can keep it for that time and keep it for negotiation. So don't ever give a figure and don't ever ask a question about your salary when you are in your initial interviews. This is highly recommended. See you in the next question.